Good evening and welcome to another edition of Sports Live with me, your host, Zach Huntley, and my co-host over there in the side table.
Tyler Meyer.
What do we got on hand tonight there, Tyler?
Today is October 12th for Sports Live from 8 to 8:30. We are going to do NHL talk, and we are going to have a special guest, with Fox Sports North, Kevin Gore. He's going to be calling in here simultaneously. Sometime here. And then from 8:30 to 9, we have the top storylines in sports.
At least for the day.
For the day. Yeah. From 9 to 9:30, we will have...
I believe it's recapping week 6 of the NCAA and previewing week 7 and doing our famous picks. And then from, 9:30 to 10, I believe is what I put it at. 9:30 to 10, reviewing week 5 of the NFL and previewing week 6 of the NFL. So, Tyler, I'll let you take it away with the NHL.
Well, as of right now, as of Monday, October 12th, we had the Tampa Bay beating Boston by a score of 6-3. We had Winnipeg. And we have a caller. Sports Live, who's this?
This is Kevin Gork.
Hey, Kevin, how's it going again today?
It's going just fine. How you doing, bud?
Pretty good. I got about 5 questions for you here.
Perfect.
Basically, what do you feel clicked in the Wild season opening come from behind fashion over the Avalanche in the season opener?
Well, I think that what we saw last year from this team, this never say die attitude, showed through in that game. They didn't play particularly well, especially those first 2 periods, but on the road in a very loud environment, down 4-1, their leaders had to do something big, and Zach Parise was the guy that stood up that night and scored the big goal to make it 4-2, and that kind of gave those guys the hope that they could make their way back, and they seemed to just catch fire at the right time. And the neat thing about this team this year is that there's a bunch of different guys that can do it offensively. They don't just have one line they lean on. And you saw it with Charlie Coyle. You saw it with Zach Parise in that game. Niederreiter, Jason Zucker, Thomas Vanek. These are all players that stood up and helped them rally. And it was fun to see them do it on the road and score 4 goals in quick fashion. And then not only get the lead after being down by 3, but then protect the lead late. Devin Dubnyk made a real nice stabilizing save in the closing minutes. And so I think it was a really nice way to start the season, even if they didn't have their best stuff, but still found a way to win.
Yeah, it was quite interesting. I actually kind of thought it was over after the second period there. I was like, oh man, here we go. But they really rallied around great, and they came back and won a big game. Granted, it was game 1.
To see them do that. I think a lot of people were taken back at the way they had played the first 2 periods. I think there are a lot of people that probably thought the game was over. But the one thing we've learned with this team is that when their back's against the wall, when the odds are against them, they seem to play their best. We saw it the whole second half of the year last year, and I think it's a good trait to have, but you don't want to make a habit of getting down 3 goals in this league, because over the long haul, that'll catch up with you.
Yeah. What were the players' reactions of who you actually had talked to since the crazy come-from-behind game against the Avalanche?
You talk to the guys after the game, and whether it's the interviews we did for our FSN post-game show, and Zach doesn't show a lot of emotion. He's pretty low-key. Even he was pretty pumped up. But then you have the conversation with some of the younger guys, and I look at a guy like Christian Folin, had a conversation with him about that, and just how exciting it was to be a part of a game like that. And then you talk to Tyler Graovac, and even though he got nicked up in the game, he was pumped up about it. And then it's emotional. It's the first game of the year. You put so much into it. There's so much anticipation, and then you talk to the coaching staff and the smiles on their face, and that's what it's kind of all about. It's a long season. You're gonna have 82 games. So you don't want to put too much into any one regular season game, but the opening game always has a little extra flair to it, a little extra pizzazz, and it's nice to see those smiling faces when you check out that locker after the game. It was pretty jovial, even for a regular season game, and I think that kind of carried over to the home opener.
Yeah, looking at the post game stuff, it looked like they were pretty ecstatic, with the come from behind.
Yeah.
Basically, 2-0 start. How do you feel that Dubnyk has proved that the 14-15 season wasn't a fluke?
Well, I'm not sure he has much to prove. I mean, I think, this guy's been in the league a long time. He's a talented goalie, and he's a big kid. He plays a really sound, fundamental game, and he was shaky in the first game. Anybody who watched it saw that. But, any doubts about him, I think, were probably laid to rest in that second game. I mean, he was the difference in the game. The Blues, especially the second half of the game, and down the stretch in the third period, had all kinds of chances to tie that game up, and Dubnyk stood tall like he always does, and you don't really worry about a guy like Dubnyk, especially with Bob Mason by his side. Here's a goalie coach that's been able to do it with a bunch of different coaches, with a bunch of different goalies, and he always seems to bring out the best in the guys that he works with. And Dubnyk's talked about the relationship he has with Bob Mason and how much he enjoys Bob and how much he enjoys playing in front of his team. And I think that, if people have questions about Dubnyk, they probably won't be answered until the season's over. I don't have that many questions about Devin. I see how hard he works. I see the talent that he has. And I think what we saw last year with that kind of pressure, that 40-game stretch, I don't think he'll ever have to play that many games in the regular season with that kind of pressure on him ever again. And he did it last year. There's no reason he can't do it again this year. And under far better circumstances, we're going to see Darcy Kemper on this road trip Friday in Los Angeles. So it's not going to just be the Devin Dubnyk show. You're going to have a chance to maybe play, I would guess he'd play 7 of every 10, 8 of every 10, something like that, but not like we saw last year where you're just mentally and physically on the grind for months at a time. So it's going to be a good situation for Dubnyk, and I think a really good situation for the Wild.
Yeah, and the situation there would definitely help Dubnyk stay healthy for the stretch of the playoffs that we hope that the Wild will make again, which anything can happen, but you have a sense kind of so far right now that that's the way it's going to happen, is the Wild's going to make the playoffs and all this and that.
Well, you sure like to think they're going to make it. I don't think you can ever take anything for granted in the Western Conference because there are so many quality teams, and you look at teams that missed the playoffs last year that look like they're going to be a real playoff factor this year. I think about the Dallas Stars and what they brought over in the offseason. When you take a look at a team that was already a very, very good hockey team, especially on the offensive end, and you had a goaltender like Antti Niemi, who's already won a Stanley Cup. You had a guy like Johnny Oduya in the back end. You had Patrick Sharp. I mean, these are really high-end players, and high-end players that have won a Stanley Cup. So Dallas, to me, is a team that's going to jump in there. The LA Kings are off to a horrific start, but you have to figure the Kings are going to be a factor when it comes to making the playoffs in the Western Conference. And you got young teams like Calgary that seem to be on the climb. You got an Edmonton team that just got Connor McDavid, first pick overall in the draft. He just scored his first goal the other night in Dallas. So, I mean, it's never going to be a situation where the Wild are just going to make it, and you can always assume that. But it's always going to be a dogfight. But, I think they have a chance to not only make the playoffs, but contend for the division title here in the Central. And that's not going to be easy. You take a look at the Chicago's and the St. Louis's and the aforementioned Dallas Stars. But I like the group that they have. I really like the blue line that Chuck Fletcher's assembled here for Mike Yeo. When you got a guy with the skills of a Marco Scandella on your third pairing on that blue line, you got an elite group of defensemen. And I think Ryan Suter is sitting on his best year yet with the Minnesota Wild. Here's a guy that's played, and had to play up to 30 minutes a game here the last couple of years. I think they're going to try to trim that down to 25 or 26, so he'll be stronger when it matters most late in the season. I think you've seen Matt Dumba and what kind of skill he possesses. He's still on the come. And then you look at Jared Spurgeon and Jonas Brodin and some of the players that you sometimes forget about that are really, really good defensemen. So you start with Dubnyk, you work your way through that blue line, and they can stay healthy up front. And you've got to keep Zach Parise healthy. You've got to see progression from Charlie Coyle and Kyle Granlund. But no, this is a really good team. So yeah, if you're asking me, they're going to make the playoffs. I don't ever guarantee anything because it's the West, but this is a very good team.
Yeah, definitely. With Zach's 4 goals in 2 games, do you feel he will finish with the Wild's leading goal scorer, and how do you think he will stand up against the NHL?
Well, he was a top 10 goal scorer last year. He scored 33 goals last year, and people forget because he plays so well defensively what a great offensive weapon Zach Parise is. And let's not forget last year he was dealing with a lot of really difficult situations off the ice, mainly his father passing away, JP. So that was something that was going to be difficult on him, and he still found a way to score 33 goals and finish in the top 10 in the league. So I would say somewhere between 30 and 40 goals would be expected, which is a ton when every team knows that they've got to shut him down. But, you know, he's going to get his looks. He's going to get his shots. He does it every night. And then, you know, somewhere in that, 5 to 10 range in goals scored in the league would be about right. And I think this year, the way that Zach looks in these first couple of games, that, you know, he might be able to dance with, somewhere closer to 35 or 40. And he's tireless when it comes to his work ethic. He's getting a ton of time in the power play, and he's such a smart player. He knows where to go without the puck. So he just always seems to find those loose rebounds around the blue paint, and in transition, he's got that burst of speed. So there isn't much he can't do. He's a player that a lot of, I think, people across the nation overlook because he's such a great two-way player. He doesn't have the flash of an Ovechkin. He's not a name like Sidney Crosby, but I'll tell you what, when you watch what this guy does for the Minnesota Wild, there's not a player out there that means more to their team than Zach means to this team. So you really can't understate what he does for the Wild.
Yeah. Basically, like we said, it's too early basically to kind of talk playoffs, but last season, we had to face the Blackhawks again in the playoffs, and they unfortunately had our number. If we both make the playoffs this year, do you feel the Wild will get their time to shine against them this year, or do you feel that the Blackhawks are too powerful still that would kind of make us still kind of be the underdogs in that series?
Well, we'd be the underdogs because the Blackhawks are one of the favorites to win the Cup again. But as I mentioned earlier, you take Patrick Sharp off that team, you take Johnny Lee off that team, and more importantly, Brendan Saad, who plays in Columbus. It's not the same Blackhawks team. Now, they, once again, have found some unique talent. A kid from Russia that's helping them out. They've got Jonathan Taves, who's the best captain in hockey. They've got a cup-winning goaltender, multiple cup-winning goaltender in Corey Crawford. And they've got Joe Quenneville as their coach. So the Wild will be the underdog and decidedly so in that series. But I do feel the gap is close. And I also truly believe that the circumstances around the series last year played a factor. Now, I still think the Hawks, because they won the Cup, would have won the series. But I think what we saw 2 years ago when the Wild pushed to 6 games, and that 6th game was an overtime game, is a little clearer picture of the gap between these two hockey teams. Last year, the Hawks cruised through the second half. They actually cruised through the first round against Nashville. They didn't play that well against the Preds, but talking to the Hawks last year in the dressing room before Game 1, you could tell that there was a sense of purpose about facing the Wild, and the fear factor was there. For the Wild, on the complete grind the final 2 months of that season, as we talked about, Dubnyk had to play every night. Suter's playing 30-plus minutes. They're playing everybody down to the bone, and then you go and play a physical, emotional, hard-fought series against St. Louis in the first round, and the Wild just seem to run out of gas. No, they won't mention that. They won't make that their excuse, but it was clear to me they weren't ready to go when it came to the type of emotion and energy you need to be the team of the quality of Chicago. So that could be completely different this year. That remains to be seen. But if all things are equal, I think it'd be a much better series. And if it goes 6 or 7, and you've got Devin Dubnyk on top of his game, you certainly feel like the Wild would have a chance to do it. So I don't think they would be in any situation where they'd have to be on their heels or fearful of the Blackhawks. I think last year was a bit of an aberration the way that sweep played out. I don't think that will happen again.
Yeah, I didn't think the Wild would have played that series the way they did. With how hot we were and stuff like that. It was just kind of one of those things where luck just kind of ran out, and we just it was frustrating as Wild fans. But that's basically all I got for you tonight. Once again, I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule and calling in the Sports Live here. And hopefully we can pull off another victory tomorrow night, and we can improve the 3-0.
That's the plan. 3 big games in 4 nights. We'll have them all on Fox Sports North. And the Wild have traditionally played pretty well in this building here in Glendale. So the Coyotes are playing tonight in Anaheim, which will be a really tough game, and have to travel back. So I do like the setup. I like Devin Dubnyk getting a chance against his former buddies and teammates. So it should be a great contest, and it'd be nice to see the Wild make it 3-0 and have some momentum as they head to LA for a big matchup with the Kings on Friday night. So thanks for having me, guys. I'll talk to you down the road.
All right, thanks again, Kevin.
You got it.
Well,
It was good.
that,
All the way from Phoenix, too.
all the way from Phoenix. He called in.
Now he can go eat dinner.
Yeah, he actually unfortunately pushes dinner plans back for
Unfortunately,
to be able to call in for us.
good.
He's a pretty busy guy with all the travel he's got to do and stuff like that, and it's just nice, and we appreciate him calling in the Sports Live here.
Definitely.
But anyway, continuing on with the NHL scores from Monday night, we had the Columbus Blue Jackets losing to the Buffalo Sabres 4-2. We had the Florida Panthers.
The what? The what did you say? Oh, did you actually say Sabres
I
tonight?
said Sabres.
Oh, you said Sabres
Yeah.
tonight.
The
Winner.
Florida Panthers losing a close one to Philadelphia 1-0. Vancouver beat Anaheim in a shootout 2-1. And on Tuesday, as my phone tries to load,
Tuesday.
we had Nashville, once again Mike Fisher, defeating the New Jersey Devils 3-1. We had the Winnipeg Jets defeating the Rangers 4-1. We had Montreal defeating Pittsburgh Penguins 3-2.
Come on, Crosby.
Oh.
Do something.
We had the TJ Oshie and Alex Ovechkin falling 5-0 against San Jose Sharks.
You know why? Ovechkin didn't play
That's true. Ovechkin did not play.
because he overslept. Is he running on Russian time now or what? Come
I
on,
have
man.
No idea.
Can't be doing that.
But
You're on Eastern time.
Yep. Florida defeated Carolina 4-1. Tampa Bay fell victim to the Red Wings 3-1. Edmonton fell to the Dallas Stars 4-2. St. Louis Blues fell victim, or they actually defeated Calgary 4-3. And Vancouver beat Los Angeles 3-0. You know, it's kind of interesting how these teams are supposed to be. Some of the teams are supposed to be like great, but yet they're struggling.
It's early.
It is
It's
early.
not NFL where you got 16 games, man.
That's
They play, what, 80-some games? 100-some
80
games? 80-some? 100-some?
82, I believe. 81.
Jeez, yeah. You can go 0-10 and still make the playoffs, man.
That's true. You had Ottawa Senators beating Columbus Blue Jackets 5-3 today. We have Chicago Blackhawks with 13:47 left to go in the second, losing to Philadelphia actually. Boston and Colorado start at 10 o'clock tonight, and the game the Wild have against Phoenix, they're playing Anaheim tonight at 10:30. You know, it's going to be an interesting game. Devin Dubnyk returns back to Phoenix, and
He didn't last year?
well, he returns again.
Oh,
It's
sorry,
just
I didn't
just
know
a
if
second
he
coming.
went back or not. Shows you how much I paid attention in the regular season.
That's true.
I watch playoff. Watch
Yeah,
every game in the
you're
playoff.
You're one of those.
I said
I ain't gonna watch
I'm not.
them until
I'm not a
playoffs.
big hockey guy. I mean, you know, I'll watch it in the playoffs because usually there's nothing on but NBA basketball, and the NBA is boring unless it's the playoffs.
Playoffs.
And we talking playoffs?
But yeah. Anyway, Thursday tomorrow, we have the Nashville Predators.
Who watches hockey on Thursday when there's Thursday night football?
If the Wild ever play Thursday, I'll play.
They do.
I'll watch.
You said they play tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Tomorrow
I'm
night's
still
Thursday.
gonna watch them.
You gotta watch Thursday night football. No, I'm joking.
But we have the Ottawa Senators playing Pittsburgh. That's a 7 o'clock start. We have the Blackhawks playing Washington. A 7 o'clock start again.
They're all 7 o'clock starts,
No,
man.
not all of them.
Except the ones on the West Coast.
Starting at 7:30.
Okay.
We have-
half an hour difference.
We have the Rangers and Montreal Canadiens. We have Dallas Stars at Tampa. We have the Buffalo Sabres at
Did you seriously do that?
Florida Panthers.
They're at Florida. They're in Mexico.
Well, oh yeah,
They on the ro- They're at home.
yeah, they're, yep.
So the Sabres are okay, folks. That game is in Mexico, according to Tyler. The Buffalo Sabres. Sorry, Buffalo fans, upstate New York. It's the Buffalo Sabres.
I'm
They're
sorry.
no longer in Buffalo.
I'm sorry.
Unless Buffalo's now in Mexico. Which might as well, because Rex Ryan knows how to do the fiesta.
Oh, yeah. We have 9 o'clock start, the St. Louis Blues versus the Edmonton Oilers. And then we have your Minnesota Wild versus Arizona Coyotes at 10 o'clock.
How do they have a team in Arizona? It's beyond
You know what?
me.
How do they have teams in Florida?
That
You
too. That too.
We sit here and we think hockey. We sit there and think cold.
When it's 70 degrees and sunny every day, it's no way it's hockey weather. But, that's why the Florida tends not to bring anybody to the,
Stands.
to the stands, to the
Yeah.
ice, to the rink,
You know,
whatever.
actually, I almost want to take that back because,
They did sell out their first game
Yeah.
of the year.
but when it's hot and warm like that,
Yeah,
like
you
say-
want to be inside
Wouldn't you
of
want
it.
to be in the cool
Except
weather?
I'd want to be on the ice, though.
Okay, true.
So,
I think.
but I can't go on the ice according to the NHL.
Well, you can.
Yeah, but I don't want to go to jail.
It's just one time.
Yeah, but you know how many days you go to? You know how much money that costs? That's expensive, man. That's not cheap.
Yeah. That basically wraps up NHL. If we wanna have any listeners calling in,
Want to talk hockey with Tyler?
Parisi, Suter, Dubnik,
Parisi?
somebody.
Parisi.
I said Parisi.
You said Parisi.
I said Parisi. Come on. Turn your headphones up.
Mine's the same level as yours on, man.
But yeah, so if anybody wants to call in, 507-537-6350.
You still got to look at it?
I still do.
Maybe I should call in.
Should you call in?
I maybe should call in.
I think that would be so lame.
I know it would be.
But we do have a big game for us Minnesotans here.
Depending on how you look at it.
Oh, it's big no
Oh,
matter
come
what
on.
you think.
It's women's basketball.
you
You got to be
should-
kidding me.
It's women's basketball.
Women's basketball. It's like
but
snoozing.
It's for a championship for Minnesota.
Yeah, we still haven't had a banner since 1991.
The Lynx have won championships.
Yeah, but according to the main people,
Oh, according.
it's the top
according.
four. It's top. They're not a top four sport
Oh shucks, not a top 4.
because it's only men. That's what they call it.
It doesn't matter. Women are still people.
Yes, they're people. I'm not saying they're not people.
But you're saying.
And there's only
men.
12 teams in the league.
I don't care if there's only 12.
So what's one
teams.
divided by 12? You got a good chance of winning the title every freaking year.
Not really.
Oh, baloney.
You still have to play and perform. Plain and simple.
Yeah, they do.
They do.
Yeah.
And they make
I
it to
don't.
the
I wouldn't
finals
say they
almost every year.
perform, but they do.
And the Lynx are winning
They're old though.
29-21
They are
right
winning.
now in
They're
Game
winning.
5. The game for if they win, we have the new WNBA champions, the Minnesota Lynx.
Don't get your high horses yet.
I got high horses.
I can tell.
I always have high hopes for Minnesota sports. And then they normally let me down, but the Lynx never seem to fail.
They haven't. They've failed the last 2 years, man.
Yeah, they've lost, but
Yeah.
they still make it to the championship game.
Yeah, but they lost.
I'd rather have the Vikings make it to the Super Bowl every year.
The Vikings haven't made a Super Bowl since what? 1940? No, 1960. Seems
Wow.
like forever.
You're terrible.
Hey, man,
Hey man, what?
that interception.
Oh,
But
don't
it's got
even
nothing
pull
to
that
do with
Brett
that.
Favre.
It's got nothing to do with Brett Favre. It's got everything to do with Peterson fumbling, and Berrien fumbling, and Harvin fumbling, and 12 men on the field.
That too.
The refs.
The
We don't
Saints
need to get
cheating.
okay. We don't need to get into that.
But yeah, basically that wraps up the NHL. I think we have something on tap for like a quick music or commercial break.
Quick music break. We got our break coming up in 5 minutes, actually.
In 5 minutes. That sounds good for me.
So maybe we'll get our segment of top stories going early.
Get them
Well,
going early.
'Cause I figure we'll be talking a few of them long, so we can maybe get one in here before the break, and then we'll hit up our break.
Did you ever get yours done?
Yeah, mine are sitting right in front of me.
Okay,
I have 2 devices, man.
I was thinking you were slacking, bro.
I don't slack.
sitting back there not talking to Kevin like you're
Hey,
Mr. Hotshot.
I'm not a hockey guy. I don't know hockey. What do you want me to ask Kevin Gorg about the Twins when the Twins season's done? I mean, I can ask him Twins questions. Is Torrey Hunter coming back? According to Sid Hartman, he's going to be here forever, but that's Sid Hartman.
And Sid Hartman's just
Sid Hartman's
old.
like dead. Somehow still alive, but he's dead.
Yep. Well,
Well, I've seen your top list, so let's see how interesting this is. Let's kind of mix them up and not go in order. Find
Okay.
one that we can get done in 4 minutes.
Well, Brandon Whedon says he's ticked.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't use that word on radio.
Says he's ticked that
Use the other word, the P word.
that he got benched for Matt Castle.
Would you be ticked?
When you put up numbers like Brandon Whedon has over the years, you know.
Why
Matt-
does he ticked? Does he watch the film? Does he watch the same game everybody else is watching, or is he watching like fantasy film from Oklahoma State when he was actually okay?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Your stats look like junk, man. You're not throwing it downfield. I mean, 5-yard routes that turn into 20 yards doesn't count as you chucking it downfield.
That's true. And Whedon sits there and
He's a cry baby.
he hasn't played. Well, when he has played a full season, when has he ever gotten more than 8 wins?
I don't know. I don't think he ever has.
Matt Castle has multiple seasons of 10-win seasons.
But he also has multiple under 500, but he's got more spark to him.
He does. Granted, he might not be mobile, but yeah, he can.
We consider Peyton Manning mobile, I guess.
True. As some of you know, somebody mentioned that last show.
Yeah, I didn't mention that one. I mean, granted, the refs laugh at him, but, you know, I don't know. Castle, I think, is much better than Brandon Whedon, and it showed because he did nothing in Cleveland, and Cleveland spent, the first-round pick on him?
Something like that, yeah.
Who spent the first-round pick on a 25-year-old rookie? The Cleveland Browns. They haven't drafted good in how many years? My buddy just PO'd and he writes a letter to the Ray Farmer every freaking day on Facebook. What are you doing? This, that, that. Anybody could be a GM in Cleveland and make a better team than Ray Farmer.
That's true. What's he gonna do? Is he just gonna go farm?
Who knows? That's like Jerry Jones right now. Actually, this kind of tails into my one story, which we could get in but I guess I didn't notice this because I didn't really. I mean, I watched the Cowboys-Patriots game, but I guess I didn't notice what happened at the end of the game when Tony Romo and Tom Brady shook hands. Tony Romo told Brady, "We'll see you in February." Well, Tony, I mean, I love you. You're on my fantasy team. I back you up, but this statement's overrated, man. As long as you're out and Brandon Whedon's starting, you're dead.
And as long as Dez is out,
And Dez will be gone. I think he's back next week. Oh, no. I thought they were talking about him, like, next week.
no.
I don't know.
But
See
yeah.
you in February. Well, let's see here. 500 could win the NFC East because of how terrible garbage the NFC East is.
Yeah.
So, 500 makes the team. Okay, you make the team. But then you got Green Bay in the north. You got probably Atlanta in the south. And you probably got Arizona in the west with your wild cards being
Possibly Minnesota.
Minnesota. I don't know. Who knows with Seattle.
Yeah. Seattle's been. Oh, I don't know.
I mean, Carolina, maybe. I mean, they might sneak out another spot. Maybe there might be a second spot for them.
Carolina is. I think Carolina will make the playoffs.
But they don't have anything, man. You can't just throw to one guy and expect him to average 200 yards a game.
I understand that.
When Ted Ginn Jr., of all guys, are your number one receivers, I mean, that's like saying Adam Thielen, who's our number 6 guy, and the freaking Vikings is the number 1 receiver. That's how bad it is.
Well,
maybe we should trade Cordero down there.
Well, there is talk about Cordero being traded.
Yeah, they're not going to trade him. They shouldn't trade him. He's too good.
Too good?
Just give him a simple route. Go up 20 yards and cut to the middle.
He doesn't even know how to do that.
Well, throw him the ball.
I've seen multiple routes that he's ran.
No big deal.
And he can't.
You see what he ran in
it.
Clemson? You go dead straight to the end zone.
Dead straight?
Yep, that's all he did. Whee! And Taj Boyd just went over the top.
And that's
Take
Taj
the top
Boyd.
off the defense. Catch the ball deep, take the top off the defense.
If I can't get to it,
All right, we're not gonna let you. We're not gonna let you sing Randy Moss. All right, we're gonna take our first break of the night. Come back and continue talking top headlines. This is Sports Live on Mustang Radio. Do you like playing video games and watching movies, but don't want to spend a lot of money on entertainment? Then the Mustang Zone is for you. Rent a newly released movie for only $1. You can rent video games too, or play Xbox games with your friends on the Mustang Zone TVs. Play more fun in-house games or grab a snack or soda. The Mustang Zone is open Monday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 5 until 10. Located in the Upper Student Center, the Mustang Zone is the place for the students. Students of Southwest Minnesota State University, do you want to help change the world? How about a club that enables you to help others, help yourself, and boost your resume? Well, look no further than the SMSU Enactus. Enactus is open to all students regardless of major. Joining Enactus is a great way to meet new people and help others. So come see what it's all about. Team meetings are held every Tuesday at noon in the lower level conference room. For more information about Enactus, you can contact Aaron Lang at aaron.lang@smsu.edu. And I will send it over to meteorologist Tyler Meyer, if we call him the meteorologist man anymore.
hey, I am on cue today.
You
I'm
are on
ready
cue
to
today.
go.
As long as you don't say the time during your weather thing.
Oh, okay.
Kind of weird.
In Marshall, Minnesota, right now, it is.
Oh, by the way, before I let you start, I forgot to mention to you this last night. But when I was looking at the weather last night, according to my weather in every city that I had on my phone, the low was supposed to be 999 degrees.
What?
Yeah, but it was like 58 degrees. It's supposed to be 9. I thought I was gonna fry up this morning, but I'm still alive.
That's interesting.
It is.
Well,
So how's weather looking?
weather right now is actually pretty decent. It is 62 degrees
62. That's nice.
with 9 miles an hour, southwest winds, humidity at 39.
Humidity.
We have weather for Thursday, 64 for the high, 34 for the low. There is winds again at 20 to 30 miles an hour.
So hold on to your hats, folks. You could blow away.
Blow away.
Blow away. It could be Kansas all over again.
Friday, high of 50, low of 30. No wind,
Low of 30?
low of 30.
Oh, my.
It's going to snow.
It's gonna snow, folks. It's gonna snow.
Saturday, we have a high of 57, a low of 37. Sunday, high of 63 and a low of 48. Well, that's your weather with meteorologist Tyler Meyer.
Who does not have a degree to be a meteorologist, let's just say that, because none of this content was his.
Oh, you poor baby.
I'm just saying, we don't want to, I call you a meteorologist, but we got to make sure people know you are not a real meteorologist. I just call you the meteorologist.
That's true.
Just, I just wanted to point that one out. Because otherwise we'll have people calling and seeing what the heck you're doing using other people's copyrighted weather as your own weather. If it was my own weather, I'd say it's 90 degrees and sunny every day.
Oh, God, I'd hate that.
Oh, baking out in the sun on the golf course.
Okay, on the golf course.
Well, as we get back to our topics, or our headlines, I should say, and as you're chewing down some pizza over there, I wanted to bring this up. I found this interesting on Bleach Report. This NFL linebacker Brock Hecking from San Diego ate 21,396 calories. That's a lot of calories in 43 minutes.
Oh, gross.
This is what was on the menu. He went to Phil's Barbecue in San Diego.
How big did you say he was?
He's 6'3", 250 pounds. That's
Okay.
that's still small. This was what he had. 2 racks of beef ribs, 2 racks of baby back ribs, 1 whole chicken, 2 pulled pork sandwiches, 1 giant sausage, 1 pound of mac and cheese, large side of fries, large onion rings, bite of coleslaw, 2 ears of corn, and 64 ounces of Mountain Dew.
Huh.
That equals to more than 1,000 calories. I mean, holy moly's. I wouldn't eat the rest of my life.
Yeah. We do have somewhat of a little breaking news.
There's no breaking news.
With
The Lynx are winning.
well, not that, but
You're paying
Dra-
too much attention to that TV. I'm going to go shut it off.
DraftKings and FanDuel are under probe again.
Good.
They're saying that the court is saying that it might be not within the gambling restrictions.
It is.
They're
It's
saying-
not within it.
They're saying that with it being daily, that they don't know if it's technically
It's gambling.
gamble-wise legal. And that's not good,
It's not.
because I've been winning a lot of money on that the last
Good.
couple weeks.
You're done.
Why?
Because I don't get any of the money.
Start playing.
I don't have a credit card.
Or debit card?
I'm not putting my bank number on freaking FanDuel.
That's what I did.
Oh, yeah. Well, good luck when they steal it. And crying when you lose your whatever money you got in there. Okay. Let's continue on your list of headlines because I'm pretty much out of my good list.
Wow.
Well, because you
You
had
said
this
you had two
whole-
devices. I figured you would have.
Well, I have plenty of them. You want me to continue on my list? Because,
Well-
I mean, your list is, quite weird.
You're weird.
Thanks.
Well,
How about AP news on AP today? He backtracks on his LeBron comparison. Now he says I'll say I'm the MJ.
that's true.
He's not.
He,
You have Barry Sanders, much better running
Oh,
back.
Bull.
If he played more years, he would have ran for a lot.
Yeah. AP's gonna be doing
AP's
the
good.
same. You cannot say he's not.
He's not the
MJ.
greatest.
He will be,
He's not the greatest yet.
but he will be is a thing.
Yet is the answer. You never know what's going to happen. I'm not going to get in a debate with you with AP because you just, I
You
did.
make me gross.
Wow.
But anyway, Syracuse quarterback.
Another one that I have on here is the Chubb. Nick Chubb from Atlanta. Or not Atlanta, from Georgia.
And you make fun
He
of
is
me.
from Atlanta, or he is in Atlanta, from Georgia. Could be done forever. His knee injury he had last week against Tennessee sounds like from an NFL team doctor his career it could be a career-ending injury. So it looks like Nick Chubb's maybe done with football.
No.
Didn't even see really what he did, but you know.
You didn't watch it?
Oh, I saw his knee. I'm just saying he didn't. I mean, he
Ace.
pretty good numbers, not great numbers in
Oh.
college.
Okay. Anyway,
Okay,
Off that
look at for
subject.
that.
off that subject, but Syracuse quarterback AJ Long was placed medically disqualified due to concussions, basically ending his season. It's kind of disappointed that concussions once again ruined another season for somebody.
Huh?
I
He
said
said
it's-
something. He said quarterback to the concussion. That's what I heard.
I said pretty much
Ends his
it's
career.
ending his college career at least.
Well, yeah, it's week 6, week 7. Yeah, I mean it takes a while.
They disqualified him.
Oh, they
He's
did.
done.
Okay,
He's done.
that's not good. That's not fun.
No.
That stinks.
Concussion stinks.
Yeah, I felt one. I didn't. I didn't go to the doctor, but that whiplash. Whew. I took an aspirin, still didn't work.
Oh boy.
I also took one to the head. I was playing pickup basketball at my community college, and I was going for the ball, loose ball, had it perfectly, and my teammate ended up running right into my head. Actually, I ran into his head,
Ouch.
and yeah, my head was throbbing. Stop watching the television, or I'm going to turn it off. My head was throbbing, and I wore sunglasses for 2 weeks in school.
Oh.
Didn't go to the doctor, though.
Well, the Blue Jays.
I figure I'd give you my insight on concussions.
Okay. Blue Jays played Game 5 of the ALDS under protest after Odor scores go-ahead run in the 7th as the Blue Jays advance to ALCS as Jose Batista hits a 3-run home run. We both have seen the video.
Yep, it's illegal, according to the rule book.
According to the rulebook, it's legal.
So what do
But
we
it
have to
was-
debate? It's legal.
It was weird.
Who cares?
You-
They won anyways.
Yeah,
That's why
but
it's
never
like,
seen anything like it.
oh no, I've never seen anything like it. Are you nuts?
Well, NFL side judge Rob Vernacci is suspended for 1 game for failure to correct clock mistake in the Steelers-Chargers game on Monday night.
Could have been deadly, but turned out good.
It did.
Or turned out fine, I should say. It wasn't completely ugly. But you know, I don't know. It's I mean, that's just like you don't do your job, you know, you get like sat out a day. I mean, that's just what happens. Just what happens. But I got another story. Found another one. Totally forgot about it. But the Padres are interested in former Twins manager Ron Gardenhire. Also in that mix is the Washington Nationals. So most likely Gardy will be back in the managerial spot.
We said that on Monday.
Not about the Padres though.
I did.
Well, it wasn't big time in there yet. Now it's been specific. They want the Padres. He's looking. It sounds like he's looking more. They think he likes Washington better, which I don't blame him. It's a playoff team over there. Just good luck, Gardy, with handling Bryce Harper.
Yeah.
Just as long as Papelbon's gone. Otherwise, that could
It'll be interesting.
I don't know. Bryce Harper is interesting.
Well, Phillip Rivers is in the news.
Phillip Rivers. When is he never in the news?
True. Phillip Rivers is complaining and says that the crowd noise affected the outcome of the game Monday night. You're a quarterback. You're supposed to learn to tune that stuff out.
No, you don't. Look at Brett Favre. All he did was wear freaking ear things, plugs.
Yeah, and Favre was the greatest in clutch situations like that.
He was.
Well,
You know, he threw 2 picks in the NFC title game.
okay, we're not
Once in 2007 and once in 2009.
talking.
I'm just saying, you see he's clutch. I'm not saying he's not clutch, but, you know, he did throw 2 picks in 2 very important spots.
He did, and I give you that. But can you recall the Greg Lewis pass in the back of the end zone?
Oh, come on, man. That was ridiculous.
It was not ridiculous. It was Favre doing magic.
Yeah, you talk about magic. That was magic.
And I think that was his.
Maybe that's what Favre should have done in New Orleans, just chucked one in the end zone, and, you know, maybe Percy was back there. I don't know.
Or maybe he should have just ran. Picked up 5 or 6
He's a
yards.
40-year-old guy. He can't run.
But this isn't Detroit, man. It's.
We don't like Paul Allen on this show. We're not having Paul Allen on this show. So we're turning you off. Of course I turned you off. I got to tune you out now.
Wow.
And then I could talk peace about the Vikings without, you know, you yelling. What else you got over there?
I'm on mute, so I can't.
Of course you're on mute.
You're real funny.
Hey, I am funny.
Well, Prince Akamura could be sidelined.
Oh, good Lord. We got to talk about this?
Yep.
Okay, folks, we are now, just imagine, people listening, we are people from New York. Okay.
Prince Akamura could be
You
sidelined.
can't even say his name correctly.
He injured his pectoral.
Yeah, and who else hasn't? I mean, look at John Cena hurt his pectoral. He came back in 2 months.
Yeah, 2 months though.
Yeah, well, he probably was back earlier, but it's storyline-wise.
Yeah, true.
So what's the big deal about a pectoral injury? If you had one before, is that why you wanted to talk about it?
No,
Okay.
it was just up there on the news, so I was like, okay.
Up on what news you have about the Giants?
ESPN.
Interesting.
And then also Stafford says confidence not shaken from being benched last week
His confidence was shaken when he came into the league.
just because he was a Bulldog.
Yeah.
Okay, I knew that one was coming.
No, and then you got that whole story with Detroit, too, that it sounds a petition has gone to the White House. Yes, the White House, to have when Detroit goes over, I didn't know they were going overseas this year, but when they go overseas, their passports get deactivated so they cannot come back. I don't blame. We don't need Calvin Johnson.
The Vikes do,
Why?
because we need a wide receiver.
But he can't come back.
Oh, I'll go and get him.
We don't need to have a troublemaker like him.
How's Kelvin a troublemaker?
He's a troublemaker.
What has he ever done?
He's a troublemaker.
Get your facts straight, bro.
I do. He's a troublemaker.
What has he ever done? When have you ever heard Calvin Johnson tested positive for PEDs? Calvin
Hey,
Johnson.
don't be talking about PEDs.
Hey, just because Florida's quarterback doesn't know how to stay out of them.
Hey, he had an over-the-counter drug. It's
Hey,
not PEDs. He
it-
wasn't stabbing himself like
so-
A-Rod did every freaking day for 10 years.
That's A-Rod.
Yeah, that's A-Rod.
He still took.
He didn't take drugs.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Quit being one side.
No, he didn't. Okay. What's next on line?
The number one overall pick in the NHL draft, Connor McDavid scores his first career goal last night.
Congratulations. I'll give you. I think we have a clap here somewhere.
Do we?
I think so. I gotta find it. But, well, you continue. No, not your clap. That's bad.
Okay.
I think there was one here. I'll see if I can find it.
You're failing. You're supposed to have
I've
this
never
stuff on-
used this
You're
stuff.
supposed to have this stuff on the go.
Hey, be quiet.
You're supposed to be so.
Oh,
good
there
at
it
this.
is. There we go. We found it. Woohoo! First number one goal for the number one overall player. Keep him going, fans. Keep him going. Thank you. There, you happy?
I am.
You happy?
But anyway, somewhat of a, well, not somewhat. It is a sad day in NBA. In the NBA. Last night, late in the night, news broke that Lamar Odom, he played for the Clippers, the Lakers, and I believe he also played for the Heat. He is currently fighting for his life on apparent drug overdose, and it's kind of devastating. You had Khloe Kardashian; they were married, and then they divorced, and he's been dealing with a lot of issues. So it made him
Not just a few.
get into drugs a little bit.
Not just drugs either, man. He was taking the drugs and the sex pills, baby.
He was.
Well, he's at a brothel, man. Maybe he was trying to get laid in the freaking brothel, but it sure didn't work out. He more got unconscious, looked like an animal, foaming out of his mouth.
And there's actually news that they might be in trouble too.
Why?
If
It's
they-
his fault he was doing the cocaine.
Yeah, but
So if he dies there, he dies there.
But you sit there and you're saying, "Good, let him die." I don't.
No, I said to pull the plug on Kobe Bryant.
Well, you said.
No, I said to pull the plug on both of them, but pull the plug on Kobe Bryant.
And I don't understand why you're not giving him a second chance.
Because, the way he talks to people is just ridiculous.
What do you mean the way he talks
if
to
you
people?
watch some of those TMZ videos of him, he's really
That's TMZ.
he's really hot-headed.
TMZ likes to get people like that.
Hey, man.
Just look at the whole Ray Rice situation.
That's Ray Rice.
I'm just saying.
He's a I don't know what you want to
A
call him
wife
anymore.
beater?
Well, he is a what? No, he was a fiance beater.
Well, fiance beater.
They weren't married. They were married after the event.
But yeah, so that's kind of interesting there. If he goes, he was one of my favorite NBA players growing up. So it's gonna
Wow.
it'll be kind of hard.
25 years old and he's your favorite.
Yeah, I liked him. He's really good.
There was, Michael Jordan. There was
I don't
Shaq.
remember much of Jordan. I
You were
remember,
born in what, 1990? The guy won 2 titles.
but I don't personally know.
Okay,
it.
where's Shaq?
Shaq is up there.
Where's Kobe?
I hate Kobe.
Okay, yeah, well, everybody hates Kobe. Kobe Bryant, think I
But
can still play.
I do have to say, Kobe took it pretty good last night. He left the game mid-game, and he ended up leaving and went to go be by Lamar.
He needs to play basketball, man.
it's preseason.
Yeah,
boy.
he needs to get healthy. He needs to play. He hasn't played in a year, man.
Yeah, but
Lamar can wait.
not really
Well, he's still alive, isn't he?
as of now.
Oh, okay. He's alive, but he's not talking.
Yeah, he's in a coma.
Well, the question
in
is,
mind.
does he pop out of a coma or doesn't? If he doesn't, within the next 48 hours, he's gone.
Yeah, and they're saying that Khloe Kardashian actually has a say in medical stuff with him.
That's why she'll pull the
Because
plug
not
early. It's a
legally-
Kardashian.
Not legally divorced yet. They say
She'll wake him up.
maybe.
Kardashians know what they're doing.
Well, I don't know about Bruce, but
Hey, man, it's not Bruce, it's Caitlyn.
oh, sorry.
And he's not a Kardashian either.
It's whatever.
He's a Jenner.
Yeah,
Or
I know.
she's a Jenner. We're not going to get into that conversation. I don't want to talk about that. That's old news. Got anything else on that thing?
Nope. You got anything more?
No, but I think we're going to take a quick song break. I think.
Song break?
You want to go on a song break?
When was the last time we ever took a song break, bro?
I don't know. We've been talking too much.
Okay, we'll go on a song break.
What's the deal with this bro stuff, man?
I don't know. It's just my new thing.
Yeah, you sound, yeah. Good Lord.
Oh, help.
Well, we're going to take a song break, come back at the top of the hour, and then we have our famous pick'ems for both college and NFL. We'll talk, or we'll recap last week for college, preview this week for college, and then recap NFL last week and preview this week.
Yo, yo.
This has been Sports Live on Mustang Radio. We'll be back in a few minutes. Welcome back to Sports Live. I was going to say I couldn't hear myself there. Welcome back to Sports Live again for the almost top of the hour here at 9 o'clock. We're going to do a quick, before we get into college football and NFL football, we're going to do a quick recap of the MLB because I gotta find that. I gotta find that song quick. Give me a
Find
second.
a song.
Yeah, I gotta find a song quick.
You got a song for us?
Yeah, we got a song to
Oh,
play.
how cute.
Oh yeah, not for us.
Oh.
You wish it was for us, but we here as soon as I find it here, there we go. There we go.
All right here.
Celebration time. I'd like to give congratulations to the Chicago Cubs on clinching the NLDS last night over the St. Louis Cardinals. Finally getting rid of those dirtbag Cardinals. So, do some celebration for the Cubs.
Celebration for the Cubs.
Sounds like they're going John Lester game 1 in the NLCS. We don't know who they'll play yet.
No, we do not.
The Mets and the
Oh boy, we got a
we got a caller.
Sports Live, who's this?
How about them Cubs?
How about those Cubs? I'm assuming this is Lucas.
Yep, it is.
The
It's
Cubs-
partying like it's 1903, everybody. Not quite yet.
No, not yet. More like 2003. That was the last time they got
Yeah.
the NLCS.
They didn't. I thought they made it in 07. Didn't they make it, or did they not make it to the CS? No, they
no.
didn't make it.
07 was a Diamondback sweep, and 08 was a Dodgers sweep.
That's right. So we get to celebrate like it's 2003.
Yeah.
Well, at least the first half of 2003.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Hopefully they actually knocked off the two best teams already.
Yeah, it's good. And, well, if they play the Mets, that'll be an interesting series. Two teams that weren't expected to make the playoffs this year in the NLCS.
That's this year, too.
Who knew the Cubs would make it this year? I thought maybe next year.
I said a few weeks ago I didn't see them getting past St. Louis, just the wild card spot.
Well, I mean, just St. Louis, the way who looks at a team that wins 100 games and, doesn't have a frontline starter now, has all these injuries.
Had a lot of injury.
Yeah, the injuries, and they still win 100 games. It's unbelievable.
Plus, a lot of their best players are getting old, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, they're all Holiday's not young anymore. Who else do they got? I don't remember who else they got.
Yeah,
Yachty.
Yachty's,
Molina, whatever.
yeah. Wainwright's not young anymore.
No.
I mean, they're a Lackey. That was their top stud, and
Yeah.
he's 35, 36.
Oh. They still came up with a big win.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I was just fortunate enough to get the days off that day from work.
Yeah, it wasn't good pitching at all.
No, it wasn't.
But well, we hope for you for some good luck, and we pray for those Cubbies to go all the way this year.
Yep. I was actually hoping for an all-Texas ALCS as well.
Well, you never know what's gonna happen yet.
Yeah.
Let's go Cubs.
Yeah. Thanks for calling in, Lucas.
Yep.
All right. Go
Oh.
Cubs.
Go Cubs.
Oh, and then we got to continue to play it because we had one more team today. It's the Toronto Blue Jays earlier this afternoon, as we did mention.
LaTroy Hawkins.
So, we got two teams clinch, possible, or actually will be a third one tonight. Kansas City and Houston. I believe Kansas City's up 4-2. So it looks like those darn Royals are gonna make it back. I mean, I liked them last year. They were the one-time story. That's what I wanted to hear from them. I didn't want to see them continue.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, I wanted to see Houston. They haven't done anything.
Well,
So.
yeah.
Well, and then otherwise it's the Dodgers and the Mets because everybody else is clinched.
Yep.
Yep.
Interesting last couple weeks.
So that'll be tomorrow. I believe tomorrow night.
And guess what? Oh, we got a caller.
We got a caller.
Sports Live.
Hello.
Hello, Tina.
How you doing?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Good. I was wondering what you guys thought of the protest that the Blue Jays have.
Well, it don't matter anymore now. They won, so it doesn't matter.
I know, but what do you think about the call?
According to the rule book, it's correct
according
call.
to the rules, it's correct call.
It would seem like it would have to come out of the pitcher's hand for it to count. Count.
No, because it's live unless the umpires call it dead, which technically Chu never has to leave the box, which if it hits his on leg, the rule book says it's in play.
It just seemed like a.
That's why I want. Oh, it's strange. Yeah, definitely strange. But that's why in Little League and that, coach will tell you, get the ball back to the pitcher good because you can go at any time.
Yep.
Oh, maybe I'd have known that if I played Little League.
Did they even have Little League back in your day?
No, they had Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
It was Babe Ruth League back in that day. It was Babe Ruth.
So, Zach, I was coming up with a name, Rush Limbaugh, for you as a nickname.
Rush Limbaugh.
Oh, boy.
Whoa.
That's a sympathy for, what's his name, is laying on his deathbed.
No, there's no sympathy for a Laker.
Do you have a nickname for me yet?
Yeah, loses the women at fantasy football.
Oh.
I can't say yours on air.
Oh.
Yeah, ooh,
Okay.
that's not good.
That's not good.
That's not good.
No, even I'm old for Babe Ruth.
No, I think did you meet Babe Ruth?
Ouch.
Well, Tyler, didn't you meet Hank Aaron then too?
Oh.
Oh, I guess she took that a little more seriously than I thought. Oops. Sorry about that, dude. I was just joking around, but wow, that was an
Oh,
interesting.
good job. Now we lost an everyday listener.
Well, she beats you in fantasy anyway, so who cares? Usually, everybody takes that as a funny joke. It's just weird. Maybe it's been weird this week. People don't take the. You got Matt thinking I'm seriously gonna commit suicide. And you got Tina actually taking it seriously that I'm saying that she met Babe Ruth. What's the deal with people? Holy mollies! No joking? Is there no joking anymore?
Maybe her phone died.
Yeah, that's why the dial tone kind of just blanked.
It would have if her phone died.
Oh, that's true. I don't know.
Well, I guess if she doesn't call back, I guess she hates us.
Well, maybe her phone
Oh.
did die.
Maybe it did. Sports Live, who's this?
That was my end of the joke. I hung up on you. Ha ha.
Oh.
Oh, she beat us out there. She thought she knew what we would say. See? Now I lost. So that's a loss for me. So now we're even.
Okay, good deal. You still got an hour to go.
Oh, boy.
I am Rush Limbaugh, I guess now.
Well, you are, man.
What's wrong? I have to have sympathy for a guy laying on his bedside?
Yeah?
Well, no, there were some other things. You said. Oh, yeah, you want to leave the whole Detroit team in England.
Hey, that was actually something I read though.
But you said that you agreed.
Oh, of course. Why not? They're it's Detroit. They're not. I mean, they're nothing. They're 0-5. Why not stay over there?
You never know. They got to have somebody. The other teams have to have somebody to play.
But that's like the fans, the people that pay the money to go to watch the Lions are, sending petitions to the White House. It's not
But
good.
they're stupid in Detroit.
Well, I know that. I've seen TV. They're quite angry.
That's true.
But when we get to college football, you better go blue.
We'll see. We'll see what, we'll see how it goes.
That's a tough situation there.
Come on, Rush.
What?
I said, come on, Rush. I'll never call back in again.
Oh.
You'll just have to find out when we do our picks here in a few minutes.
Okay.
And then you can come call in and, yell at us if we do something wrong.
Oh, I will.
All right, sounds good, Tina.
All righty.
All right, we'll
Thanks.
talk to you.
Ha.
I should have thought. I should have thought of that. She was
Ha.
gonna trick.
You got the joke,
I did get the butt end
and
of the
you
joke.
lost.
I did lose.
Now you finally lost to a woman. Ha 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 ha.
Not like you did in fantasy.
Okay,
But I'm bummed.
that counts.
No, actually, wait a second. I think we got some fans. Thank you, fans. Thank you for the joke. Great joke. Great joke. Yeah. Okay. All right. Time for some recap of college football from last week. Starting here, as soon as my phone decides not to be a pain in the rear end. There we go. Maybe we can find. Oh, I still have it on the Big Ten. I don't know why. All right. NCAA football top 25. We started Thursday night. Watched a little bit of it. Washington did upset number 17 USC, 17-12, and well, we know what happened after that as the head coach got fired. Actually, no, we got let off or paid leave, and then got fired.
Yep.
And of course, my number 11 Gators defeating Missouri 21-3 on the road. Ole Miss at home after getting their butts whooped by Florida. They took on New Mexico State, and they defeated New Mexico State 52-3. Number 3 Baylor on the road at Kansas. They defeated Kansas 66-7. Texas upsetting Oklahoma at the state, or what they call, I think they call the Texas State Fair. I don't know, remember what they call it. Some kind of rivalry game. It's a rivalry game. So Texas defeating number 10 Oklahoma 24-17. That was a good game. I watched that game. Very interesting game. Number 22 Iowa at home defeating Illinois 29-20. Ohio State barely, well, I shouldn't say barely. They kind of took late, but was really close throughout that whole game. They defeated Maryland 49-28 at home. Number 24 Toledo defeated Kent State at home 38-7. Number 7 LSU defeating South Carolina 45-24. Number 19 Georgia on the road getting upsetted to Tennessee 38-31, and Nick Chubbs got injured in that game, and as we said earlier, could be career-ending. Number 6 Clemson at home taking on Georgia Tech. Clemson defeating Georgia Tech 43-24. Excuse me. Number 18 Michigan in the Big House, crushing number 13 Northwestern in an upset, sort of, kind of, technically. 38-0. Again, that's now 3 straight games they haven't given up a point. Number 15 Notre Dame beating Navy 41-24. Number 8 Alabama at home taking out Arkansas. They defeated Arkansas 27-14. Number 21 Oklahoma State defeating West Virginia on the road 33-26 in overtime. Number 25, Boise State, defeating Colorado State on the road 41-10. Number 2, TCU, fearing an upset, was very close to being an upset. A lot of back and forth. They were losing by, I think, 2 touchdowns at one point. They defeated Kansas State 52-45 on the road.
Yeah, that was an interesting game.
It was really close.
It was really good.
It was interesting. Number 12 of Florida State University, defeating Miami of Florida at home 29-24. Another good game. Miami just couldn't come down late, couldn't score. Number 4, Michigan State on the road taking on Rutgers. They defeated Rutgers 31-24, and they were lucky as Rutgers had, I think they had like 4 seconds left from midfield, so they could have took a shot at the end zone, 4th down, and the quarterback thought it was they had more downs at the time. He spiked the ball on 4th down, so they lost on a spiked ball on 4th down. Can't do much about it, but a loss. And then the final game of that night was number 5, Utah at home taking on number 23, Cal. Utah won 30-24. And in that game, the projected number 1 overall, or not overall pick, well, there are talks about that, but number 1 overall quarterback, Jared Goff, his lines were 25 of 47 for 340 yards, 2 touchdowns, but the big line was the 5 interceptions.
Yeah,
I mean, and they'll only lose by 6 and throw 5 picks. That's pretty impressive,
it is.
to say the least. Very impressive. So what caught your eye? Oh, and then we, of course, had, I forgot to mention one other game, the Gophers on the road took on Purdue, 41-31, or 13 Gophers. And we give a clapping hurrah to Mr. Tyler for finally defeating me in picks.
Yay!
Only took forever.
And that was a fun, free game of golf.
That was fun. And I still beat you, so it didn't matter.
Yep.
So
But
what did you enjoy from this last weekend?
before we get to that, I just want to say congratulations to the Minnesota Lynx.
They won?
They are your WNBA Finals champion.
So you want to roll down some thing as I get a song?
We are.
Okay, no singing on live, or I take you off.
Dang it.
I said you. Or what? So what did? What kind of stats are we looking at from them?
We had, let's see if as soon as it pulls up, the Lynx shot 26 of 62 from the field, 2 of 6 behind the 3-point line. We had for Minnesota, we had the leading scorer with both 20, 11 rebounds with a double-double. We had Minnesota-grown talent Lindsay Whalen with 2 points, 2 rebounds. Simone Augustus with 16 with 3 rebounds. And Brunson with 10 points, 14 rebounds. And for the Indiana Fever,
Sounds good.
leading the way is Catching with 18 points and 11 rebounds. And your WNBA Finals once again, champions, go to the Minnesota Lynx.
Seems like the only team in Minnesota that knows how to win anything.
Hey, I'm okay with it.
I am not.
Okay. All right.
But that's just me. You know, these guys need to pick it up. Pick it up a little bit. All right. Time for some good old pickings. I was actually thinking of finding our song for that. Or, well, our college football song for
Find
that.
our college football.
Okay, I
song
got to
for
go
that.
find the college football. But, no, congratulations to the Lynx. That's what now? 2 in, third time in the last 5 years they've won.
Yep.
As ESPN just, texted me that. So,
And I do want to send out an open invite to anybody that we're trying to do something special with our pick segment. I downloaded a couple rap apps. No, I downloaded a couple rap apps on my
it didn't
phone.
sound good. Let's just put it that way.
And I tried to make some kind of a rap to spice up our picks a little bit. If anybody wants to send in, Facebook us or call in and give us any things they think we should do, maybe they can draw up a rap.
Who knows?
But if anybody wants to do that, they can go ahead and do that.
It's that time. It
It
is
is.
picks time for NCAA right now. We do have our pick time for NCAA as I pull up the games again. Starting with tomorrow night, a good game for Thursday night game, shockingly. Number 18, UCLA, traveling to number 15, Stanford.
Oh,
Stanford is 6.5-point favorites.
who are you going with?
No, I'm asking you. I don't get you're the winner. You get the first pick.
Oh, I gotta go UCLA.
He's going UCLA on the road. I'm going with my boy, Tiger Woods, Stanford.
All right,
All right. Yeah, Stanford. Those Cardinals, baby. They know how to win.
fair enough.
Friday night, couple games Friday night. You have number 24, Houston, on the road taking on Tulane. Houston is 19-point favorites. I don't think we even really have to discuss that one.
You're going Tulane.
No, I'm going Houston.
Houston.
Hey, but just think now, the first game of the picks this week, we actually have a difference.
Yeah.
Last week it took us to the Minnesota-Purdue game. We had a difference.
That's true.
So, that's good. Number 21, Boise State taking on Utah State on the road. Boise State, 9.5-point favorites.
9 or 19?
9.5. Yes, it says 9.5 right here. I'm not blind.
Boise State.
All right, we're both going Boise State. Number 13, Ole Miss on the road taking on undefeated 5-0 Memphis. Ole Miss, 10.5-point favorites.
Ole Miss.
I'll go Ole Miss. Number 11, Florida State at home taking on Louisville. Florida State, 7-point favorites.
Florida State.
You actually had to think about that?
I did, a little bit.
Teddy Bridgewater's no longer at Louisville, just to let you know.
I know.
Okay. Florida State. Number 2, Baylor at home taking on West Virginia. Baylor is 21-point favorites.
Baylor.
You sure you're not taking West Virginia?
I'm sure.
I know you're tempting over there to take those West Virginia Mountaineers. I know you
Sure.
like them. You
Baylor.
like them a little bit. All right, Baylor. Sounds good. I'm going Baylor too. Number 17, Iowa on the road taking on number 20, Northwestern. Iowa, 2.5-point favorites.
That's rough.
Yeah, it is rough.
I got Iowa.
Ooh, you're taking yucky Iowa. I'm gonna do this. This is what I'm doing. I see Northwestern getting their butt kicked against Michigan. They're gonna come back hot and strong at home. Northwestern's upsetting Iowa. I take the Northwestern upset.
Okay.
Eastern Michigan on the road taking on number 22, Toledo. Toledo is 28.5-point favorites.
Toledo.
Toledo. Yeah, because Eastern Michigan is 1-5 on the season. Oh, here's a good game coming on CBS tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Or not, on Saturday, excuse me. It's only Wednesday today, folks. I'm losing it. I was hoping it was tomorrow. Number 10, Alabama on the road taking on number 9, the Texas A&M Aggies. Alabama 4-point favorites. This is a tough one. This is a very tough one, I tell you. This is tough.
You want to go first?
No, because I have no idea who I'm picking. Johnny Football was with Texas A&M with this team. I'd go Texas A&M like that.
Alabama.
See, and that's the one thing I question is Alabama. So I got to go Texas A&M. Just because I think Texas A&M has a better team. But that's me. So, God, we've got a lot of split picks here. That's
do.
good. That's good. Makes our little golf thing a little easier. Or a little more interesting, I should say. Next game we have is number 19, Oklahoma, coming off the loss on the road, taking on Kansas State, who almost beat TCU. Oklahoma's 4-point favorites, sorry. Forgot to give you the line there.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, I don't know if Kansas State's got any more life left. After playing a hard-fought game there, I go Oklahoma, excuse me. I almost said Kansas State. Here's the game. Number 7, Michigan State on the road taking on number 12, Michigan in the big house. Michigan 8.5-point favorites.
Can I choose a lifeline?
What do you need a lifeline for? What do you need, Tina to call in or something to help
No.
you make the call?
No. I just want a lifeline to where I could, 2 minutes left in the fourth, I can be like, I'm picking
No,
Michigan.
you don't get a lifeline like that.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Oh.
You want me to pick first or something?
Well,
I'm doing the Lee Corso style, though.
okay.
So
Do the Lee Corso
I'm
style.
doing the Lee Corso, except I can't put things on. I can play music, though.
Put it on.
All right. I think this is the right one. Who knows if it is, but I think it is. That's who I'm going with. Oopsies. Never mind.
You failed.
Oh, it's not as good. Oh, here we go.
That does no help. Is that Michigan?
I'm dancing.
Is that Michigan?
Here, maybe if I can find a part in it, that'll help you. I guess I gotta find a better one. Okay, I'll have to find a better one for you. This one's probably the better one. Yeah, this is better. Dory, hail Michigan, Michigan. I'm going Michigan.
Oh, this hurts me so much because
In a landslide.
in a landslide.
I think Michigan's going to dominate. I think Cook is kind of dying off. Okay, not in a landslide, but they're going to beat him pretty good. They're
This
going to give up
hurts
more
me.
than 0 points.
This hurts me because I have two really good friends.
Well, do you go
that
with
are-
Tina?
One's Michigan.
Or do you go with the other one that's Michigan State? Because I can tell you right now, you pick Michigan State, and you know that line will be blinking. She loves me because Rush Lombard just took Michigan.
Tina.
Better get on the phone, Tina, because I
just-
think he's going Michigan State.
I just want to apologize.
He's
for
going Michigan State.
I
He's
ju-
going Michigan State.
I just want to apologize for beating you in fantasy football last week.
You're going Michigan State.
I unfortunately cannot pick Michigan
Oh, he's going
to
Michigan
lose
State.
to Michigan
Oh,
State.
he's taking
at home.
Michigan.
You go Michigan.
He's going Michigan.
Wolverines over Michigan State at the Big House.
I thought you got
Done deal.
You got me nervous there. I thought you were going to actually go Michigan
Done
State.
deal.
All right, we're both going Michigan. Makes Tina proud. I was going to take Michigan no matter what.
I don't know.
The power of those khakis.
My head still hurts.
Well, you can change your pick right now if you
No,
have
I
to.
don't. I'm not going to.
You're not going to.
No. Sorry, Mike, but I got to go Michigan.
You're not. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Well,
If
maybe
this- I hope
Tina's
this
maybe
isn't
Tina's
like-
going to sing to you.
Sports Live.
You better take Michigan.
Yeah, I knew she'd
And
go.
we took Michigan.
No, he's actually thinking of switching. He's really thinking.
I am not.
He is contemplating his pick. I'm not. I took Michigan no matter
I'm-
what.
I don't know.
Oh. State has barely won some of their games.
Yeah,
Michigan shut out their last three.
yeah, and Michigan is at the Big House.
It's at the Big House,
Yeah, if
and
it
we're due to win.
if it was,
Power of the khakis.
if it was at MSU, I would almost have to pick Michigan State, but with it being at the Big House, I'm going Michigan.
It doesn't matter where it is. Still go Michigan.
You got that right.
All right.
She knows what she's talking about.
Hail to the victors.
Hail to the
That's
victor.
true.
Hail to Michigan.
Hell yeah.
We'll talk to you later, Tina.
All right, thanks.
Yeah. We knew she'd call in,
I knew.
but I still think you're going to change your pick in the next 5 minutes.
No, I'm gonna stick.
All right. Next game we got number 5 Clemson at home taking on Boston College. Clemson's 15.5-point favorites.
Tigers.
You got that right. We're going Clemson. Number 3 TCU traveling up to good old Iowa to take on Iowa State. TCU is 2.5 point favorite, 20.5-point favorites.
Texas.
Texas Christian University.
Yep.
Okay, TCU. Number 8 Florida on the road to play number 6 LSU in Death Valley. LSU's 9.5-point favorites.
First off, I want to ask you how you feel about that line.
What line? 9.5. I'm kind of disappointed in Vegas. Should be lower.
It's going to be a close game.
Yep.
It's going to be a close game.
There's a
I
pause. That's not
got to
good.
go LSU.
Oh, he's going LSU here. Again, Lee Corso style. We're rolling it out. Florida's going to Death Valley and winning. And we're going to be celebrating a 7-0 start.
I just don't think that
Leonard Fournette's going to have 110 yards rushing, no touchdowns.
I don't think that
Who cares? Treon Harris is a very good quarterback.
yeah, but they got to
And they got one of the best, if not the best, outside of Michigan right now, defense.
That's true. But I think the tragedy with Grier is going to come back and haunt him. Florida loses a close one by 3.
By 3?
By 3.
Well, I can understand that our kicker has been injured, so it could come down to that. But I like Florida because I take Florida.
Okay.
I'm never going to pick against Florida.
Really?
Yes.
What if they play Michigan?
Then I take Florida. Sorry, Tina, but I go Florida.
Oh, gross.
It's my baby. I go with my baby. I always go. I bleed orange and blue.
I've seen you bleed. You don't bleed orange.
No, I bleed red. Don't worry. I technically do. I did graduate from Austin High, which is red. So, or red and white. Maroon and... No, not maroon. Maroon and white. No, what's the other
You
red
not
color?
Even know?
What's the other red color? There's another red.
Burgundy?
Nah, we're not like red. It's like a different red. I don't know. All right, moving on. Number 14, Notre Dame at home taking on interim head coach now and his USC team. Notre Dame 6.5-point favorites.
Fighting Irish.
You got to sing it?
No.
Okay, good. Fighting Irish, Notre Dame. Number 1, Ohio State at the Horseshoe taking on Penn State. Ohio State is 17-point favorites.
Ohio State's going to get upset,
You're going Penn State?
but not this week, Ohio State.
Good Lord. I was going to say, you're taking an upset. I'm going to win golf pretty dang easy this week. I'll take Ohio State. And then the final to wrap up the evening on Saturday. Number 4, Utah at home taking on Arizona State. Utah is only 6.5-point favorites, though. As you yawn over there.
Utah.
Utah. Yeah, I'll go Utah. So we have, let's see here. Last week we had one. Oh, and then we have one more game. I forgot. I almost forgot the one game. Then we got Nebraska on the road traveling to Minnesota. Minnesota 2-point favorites.
Minnesota.
I'm going to do the Lee Corso again. Got to get a song. Because I like doing Lee Corso. I don't know why, but I just like doing Lee Corso.
You gonna hurry?
Huh?
You gonna hurry?
Yeah, I'm going to hurry. Here we go. Here's my pick. Maybe it'll play. Maybe not. I don't know.
Our visitors are
There we
waiting.
go. We're going to take Minnesota this week.
About time.
About time. I've
Should
been
have done that last week.
500.
You should have done that last week.
It's going to probably bite me in the butt. It's going to bite me in the butt by taking
Nebraska.
It'll bite me in the butt by taking Minnesota. But this week, a lot more differences. Well, right now we got NFL coming up in the next half hour, but NCAA, a lot of differences this week. Kind of
do.
good. It was pretty dull last week. Putting in when I was checking off the picks, it was easy because we just went across and it was the same.
It was pretty lame.
It was lame last. We had one change, and I think we had 5 or 6. But we're gonna go to break. So we're gonna take our
Good.
final break of the evening, and we'll be back. And then it's NFL. This is Sports Live on Mustang Radio. Trying to balance school, work, and a social life can be stressful for any college student. That is why Southwest Minnesota State University has professionals available to help you cope with any problems life throws your way. It's also never too soon to start thinking about your future, so stop by the counseling services, drop off your resume, and get top-notch career counseling to propel you forward in today's job market. For more information or to schedule a free confidential appointment, go to the SMSU Counseling Services, located across from the computer services on the first floor of BA. And now I'm going to send it on over to meteorologist, no degree, Tyler Meyer.
Hey, I have a degree.
Not in meteorology, you don't.
Okay.
Okay, I forgot to explain that. No degree in meteorology, meteorologist Tyler Meyer.
Okay.
There, that sounds better.
Well, as of now in Marshall, it is 60 degrees.
Does your phone say that? I better check my phone and see if it says the low of 199
No,
degrees
it
again.
says low of 45.
Which one are you on?
The Weather Channel.
Okay, good. That was kind of freaky. Yeah, it does say that.
They say it feels like 57.
Oh, mine says
Superb.
59.
Well, nothing changed over the weather for the next couple days. Thursday 64 for the high, low of 34.
Is it me, or has it been no rain all month? It hasn't rained at all this month, has it really? Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, it sprinkled a little
But
bit.
it looks like we're going to get some showers Tuesday, Wednesday next week, possibly. I mean, that's nice. I mean, we've had a good stretch of weather around here. A little up, a little down, but it's been beautiful.
Yeah, it might be snow
Shh.
next week.
I don't want to hear the snow. I hate snow.
Oh,
Can't stand snow.
okay.
That's why when I pack my golf clubs away for the winter, I cry.
Can you
I
record yourself crying?
I shed tears doing
Can you do it? I want to
because
see
I
it.
know I can't golf.
I want to see it, and then we can post it to Facebook.
No, I don't have it. I
Oh.
don't have a video, but I get very emotional because I gotta put my golf clubs away because
no.
it's more
You gotta
winter
put
time.
your girlfriend away.
Yeah, I do have to put her away. but they're it's my very expensive girlfriend.
Well, isn't that all women?
Hey, I'm not the one that said that. For any women listening out there, I'm not the one who said that. I am not the one who said that women are expensive. That's Tyler. So if anybody listening out there, you know why Tyler is dateless.
Ouch.
Ba-dum-bum. Oh,
Do you have the drum roll?
No, I don't, but I can do my... Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. I don't think there's a drum roll. No, there is no drum roll. There's a lot of other things on your...
Okay.
We got the beast mode on there.
Beast mode, love, and appreciate that.
Beast mode. Beast mode.
So,
Oh, yeah.
you know what it is? You know what time it is?
I'm not sure what time it is.
It's
I'm not sure what time.
pick
It's
time.
not pick time yet. It's almost pick time.
Da-da-da.
But
Da-da-da.
we still got to do, we still got to recap the good old week 5. I always mix up the, get some football music going here. I'm going to recap week 5 of the NFL.
I just want to say that we discovered something very interesting today
What?
about Joan Jett's song.
Oh, yeah, the Joan Jett song.
You got that still?
I actually could play the snippet, but anybody listening, everybody knows back in 2011, Sunday Night Football on NBC had, I think Carrie Underwood did it, Faith Hill did it. They had the very catchy song, and it's a very good song. However, if you hear this, as I find it, listen to Joan Jett's song, I Hate Myself for Loving You, and, you'll hear it right away when you hear it. Maybe it might play here. Let's see if it'll play. Maybe the internet. Here we go. So you hear that, and you hear the background of it, it sounds just like Sunday Night Football on
It does.
NBC.
You got Sunday Night Football?
I do have that. So
Match it
now-
up real quick.
Well, I can't match it up, but you heard that. Now we go to the 2011 version, as I have that on my phone. We'll get to the middle of it there. Now, if you hear it, you can tell it's similar. So when you hear that, you can tell there's definitely many similarities. Maybe Joan Jett will give us some money for, helping her out there.
That
I'd be a rich man. I could quit.
would be fun.
Jeez, make a couple million. I don't have to be in school anymore.
We could live off interest.
Oh, of course. I get 195% of the money, though. You get 5%.
I might not be able to live off that.
That's why you'll be working,
Oh.
not me. Ha 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 ha. All right. So, talking now NFL. Since we got that out of the line, we thought that was funny. So, figured we'd talk that. Week 5 of the NFL. I don't know. Crazy week, weird week. What would you qualify it as?
I would classify it as the NFL.
Yeah,
never
well, now
know.
the new day of NFL, yes.
You never know what was going to happen from week to week.
Now you had Indy winning by 7 with a
Big performance from
very ill
Hasselbeck.
Matt Hasselbeck. Eagles doing what we thought New Orleans might be able to pull it off, and we thought they'd be able to pull it off, but the Eagles won 39-17.
And
The stunner upset in Kansas City is Jay Cutler was able to finally put another drive together and give his Bears a victory, 18-17. Who knew Cutler had it in him?
that's 2 weeks in a row.
Scary thought.
It is. Then again, you had the showdown between the Bengals and
Bengals and the Seattle Seahawks, yeah.
that was interesting.
Yeah.
Bengals rallied back, forced overtime. What were they down? 17?
Yeah, another double-digit lead in the fourth quarter at Seattle Blue again as defensively, and A.J. Green didn't have like a monster game at all, so it wasn't
No.
him.
And it was actually Andy Dalton and Tyler Eifert.
Yeah, but Andy Dalton people screwed up in the playoffs
Yeah.
because that's typical out of him.
Then you also had the Falcons defeating the Redskins in overtime on
Pick six.
pick 6 from the Falcons defensive back.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, it was,
You got
I
the
don't know.
you got a recap play on that?
Yeah, I think I do have it on there, but that was a weird game. I thought. I mean, Atlanta. I mean, I understand that
Julio Jones ain't
Julio's
100%.
a little injured, but I mean, it was like. I mean, I thought Washington really didn't have much, but I think I have it. Do I have it here? Yep, here. I think as soon as it plays here right away, or is it gonna hit a commercial? Usually it's a commercial, yeah. But no, I thought it was weird because you think about it. I mean, Atlanta's good.
Yeah, they are.
But I mean, you're playing a Washington team at home. I mean, that's not really successful. Then no Jordan Reed, so they don't have the protection there, which kills me in fantasy. But I didn't have to worry about my tight end the last week. But no Jordan Reed, no Deshaun Jackson. You have Pierre Garçon. You don't have much, and you're still able to do something. And I believe we're gonna have this play now. So here is the end of the game from the Washington Atlanta game.
Get after Kirk Cousins here. He's only been sacked once today. Pressure coming. He gets rid of it. And it's intercepted. Robert Alford. It's going to be a victory for the Falcons. Touchdown on the pick 6.
And that's something you wouldn't have expected out of an Atlanta Falcons defense after the last few years.
No, crazy way to end that game.
Oh, yeah, but that's how you like it, though. That makes the fans worth their money.
Yeah, you had
You had the Toilet Bowl game.
the Toilet Bowl game.
Tampa Bay beating Jacksonville 38-31.
Jameis Winston wins the game.
He won the game. He didn't win the game. You nuts. Doug Martin won the game.
Dougie Martin.
He won my fantasy week, too, so, it makes it easy.
He won me a lot of money on fantasy.
Jacksonville, they played pretty well. Bortles
They
had a
did.
good game. Allen Robinson, really good. Allen Hurns, very good guy. That's why I have him. It was actually a good game.
Yep, it was.
I got to see some of it, after I got home because I wasn't watching and driving. But I was watching fantasy and driving, but I wasn't watching football and driving. But I know it was a very good game. Even though they're both toilet boys, it looked very competitive. It was very fun. Then he had, the sickening game. He had the Browns defeating the Ravens in overtime. Or no, it was at the end of the game, 33-30. That wasn't in overtime. Yeah, it was in overtime. Yes, that was overtime.
That was
That's right.
What was it, third overtime game?
Yeah, third one in a week. That was, Baltimore just didn't. The defense is just not looking like the
No.
Baltimore defense we're usually seeing. The offense is banged up. Steve Smith's still not playing.
Terrell Suggs is out.
But they played pretty well. Offensively, granted the Browns, you had
Josh McCown.
McCown throwing just Hail Marys up in the air, and somehow Barnovich is able to catch the dang ball into the end zone and bury it in his legs and
Buried in his face,
No, I
eat
don't-
it, whatever he had to do.
Jeez. I wish I could. Can I be a quarterback then? I could just turn around and run away, and just throw it up in the air and just say Hail Mary, full of grace. And
You got to
catch the
throw
ball.
it 30 yards, though. You can't.
He didn't even throw it 30
yards.
yards. He threw it up 10 yards. The guy caught it. Come on.
But
And they didn't run the ball at all.
Yeah. You also had the Eagles beating the
We
Saints.
already talked about the Eagles and Saints, man. You're late. We talked that. That was the first game I talked about after Thursday night. You had the Bills on the road taking Tennessee. That was a barn burner, 14-13. And it sounds like Tyrod Taylor is out. It sounds like he's got a little MCL injury. Nothing torn, just a little.
Oh, no.
Why, you have him on fantasy?
I do.
No, you better get rid of him.
Who did they say going to start?
I don't know. Whoever's back, Josh Johnson, they just signed.
Oh, gross.
And then you had Green Bay at home at Lambeau winning 24-10
Rodgers throws his first pick since
2012
at Lambeau.
at home. And I believe Foles threw, 4 picks, including a pick 6?
Something like that. And then a pick in the end zone, too.
Yeah. Yeah, the Cardinals, as we said, Matthew Stafford getting benched. Cardinals just obliterating the Lions on the road, 42-17. Carson Palmer looking better and better every week, and that defense is outright scary.
It is.
Very scary. New England on the road taking on Jerry Jones and the Dallas World, and now Brandon Whedon's team, or now it's actually Matt Castle's team. They beat him 30-6. Didn't need Gronkowski this week. They still won the game. And then you had the interesting, I thought one of the boring games. Denver at Oakland, 16-10. How many more weeks can Peyton Manning sit there and depend on this freaking defense to win in bowl games?
I don't know.
Because the offense is so pathetic right now. No run game. Manning can't throw the deep ball anymore. It's so bad. Retire.
When's time to turn over to Brock Osweiler?
Never.
No?
You go find another quarterback.
Why?
Because Osweiler.
He's been in the system.
I don't care. The guy's not good.
Not good.
No, he's not good. Thank you.
How do you...
Then he had Sunday night's game.
He's good in Madden.
Very, very... Well, that's Madden. I'm good in Madden, too. Then he had the Giants defeating the 49ers at home 30-27 on a miracle throw from Eli Manning to Larry Donnell to win that game. What a game that was.
That was
a
I
very good
actually
game.
watched the whole game.
That was a very good game. I liked that game.
That was the best game I've seen in a while.
Coming out of a Vikings fan's mouth.
It is.
Okay.
I would give it.
And then you had last night's Monday night, excuse me. I'm thinking I'm off on my days in the week right now.
You always are.
How do I get to class? That's always wondering. Steelers on the road taking out the Chargers. Somehow Pittsburgh was able to come back and win 24-20 with 15 seconds less on the clock than they should have had, as we talked about earlier. So it's I don't know. It was, as you said, typical New Day NFL week, expecting that, and now it's time to make some good picks. Got 12 minutes to make picks. I think we got enough time to make picks there. Starting with tomorrow night's game, the 5-0 Falcons on the road playing in another dome, taking on the 1-4 New Orleans Saints, with Atlanta being a 3.5-point favorites. Atlanta it is for both of us. And it looks like we give congratulations to the Kansas City Royals for winning the ALDS. They are right now up 7-2 in the top of the ninth. Houston's got no chance. So, and it looks like Keuchel gave up the home run, too. He came in and pitched. Yeah, Keuchel came in and pitched in the 8th inning. Gave up a 3-run homer to Morales. So, we give a congratulations to Kansas City. They will move on to take on the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah, congrats Kansas City, AL Central.
Was that game? Now thinking about it, was there actually a game? Did they have that game? Or is that... why would you have one game tomorrow night? That just makes no sense. Well, it is. There's just going to be the one game tomorrow night. So it looks like it's going to be DeGrom versus Greinke at Dodger Stadium. So, one more game we all have. And it'll be interesting. I hope New York wins. But, oops, as I get back to football, you're taking Atlanta, I'm taking Atlanta too. I don't know if Drew Brees has enough weaponry.
And he's still battling the
1-4 Kansas City with no Jamal Charles on the road, taking on the 2-2 Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota 4-point favorites. Tyler taking Kansas City, I'll be taking Minnesota.
You're crazy.
Tyler said it. Folks, he said it during the break. He said, I'm taking Kansas City this week.
I am not.
He said it during the break.
No, I'm taking the Vikings.
Okay, we're both taking Minnesota then. The Redskins at 2-3 traveling to New York to take on the Jets. The Jets are 6-point favorites.
Jets.
Jets. We're going Jets.
Benny and the Jets.
That's Benny and the Jet Rodriguez. That was the Brooklyn Dodgers. Two totally different teams, totally different sports. No. Two different sports, two different teams.
I said Benny and the Jets.
Benny and the Jets. There is no such thing as Benny and the Jets.
Yeah, there is.
No, there isn't. The Arizona hot-firing Cardinals, 4-1 on the road, taking on the Michael Vick Pittsburgh Steelers. Arizona's a 3-point favorite.
Arizona.
As I was reading also about Antonio Brown criticizing Vick for not taking shots down the field, says, "Come on, man, you gotta do something. Throw it downfield. I'm there. I can make the play."
Yep.
So I can't stand Pittsburgh. Gotta go Arizona. Cincinnati on the road taking on, and their undefeated record, taking on the Rex Ryan Buffalo Bills at 3-2. Cincinnati 3.5-point favorites.
Cincinnati.
Sounds good. I'll go Cincinnati too. The Chicago Bears at 2-3, traveling to the toilet bowl of the toilet bowls, the 0-5 Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions are 3-point favorites.
Chicago Bears.
You're taking the Bears. See, that's the questioning is,
Cutler.
do I take? Yeah, but does Matthew Stafford wake up and do something this week?
They're going 0-16.
What is this, 2000? Did they go 0-16 his rookie year? Or was it the year before he got drafted? They did go 0-16.
I think was it. I think it was Stafford's year.
Was it his rookie year they went 0-16? I can't remember. I just don't know because Chicago, you don't know what Chicago team you're going to get. You really don't know what Detroit team you're going to get. I mean, it's tough.
Just make a pick.
Hey, shut your mouth. I'm the two-time defending champ. We've only had 3 weeks of picks, so I'm the two-time defending champ. And I beat you in ping pong tonight, so.
Oh, cry me a river. I beat you in pool,
I'm
and I beat
terrible
you
at
in
pool.
go-kart racing.
Okay, go-kart racing because I overdrift and,
Oh, it doesn't
failed.
matter. I still beat you.
But I kicked your butt in golf for the 20th straight time. I am 20-0.
Barely.
Well, I got to make it close sometimes. I'll go Chicago, I guess. I'll probably change it my other league, but I'll go Chicago. The Denver Broncos and their undefeated record on the road taking on the 2-3 Cleveland Browns. Denver's a 4-point favorite. You're going to take your AFC North champions that you predicted?
No.
So you're pretty much throwing that prediction out the toilet? But it's there
not
forever.
over yet.
But
no.
you're picking against them, so how do you...
It's the Denver Broncos. That defense is going to eat Josh McCown alive.
I'm just saying. I know it's Denver, but I'm just saying you picked them to win the division, but
Yep.
you haven't picked them once.
I have to.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
Did you pick them once? Okay, you picked them once out of 3 weeks.
Yep, I did.
Okay, I'm going Denver. The 1-4 Houston Texans traveling to the 1-4 Jacksonville Jaguars. I can't give you an over under a line because it's even.
Houston.
I'm going Jacksonville.
Okay.
Because I don't know with Houston, Brian Hoyer, he's Ryan Mallett. You take me out of the game, I can do the same thing, and Hoyer doing this and that. It's chaotic there in Houston, so I like Jacksonville. There is no chaos there in Jacksonville. You got the 1-3. No more. What's his name? Philman's no longer there. 1-3 Dolphins taking on the 1-3 Tennessee Titans. Marcus Mariota and his Titans. Tennessee's 2.5-point favorites.
Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, I think I got to go that way. I can't trust Miami right now. That's why I dumped them off my fantasy team as their defense. The Carolina Panthers and their undefeated record travels over to the, what do they call them now? The 12s. Travels to the 12s. That's what they call them now. Goes to Seattle. Seattle 6.5-point favorites. And Beast Mode is back. Well, it's not official, but they're expecting him to play. I go Seattle.
I'll go.
You thinking that undefeated record, they're going to continue that, don't you?
Yeah, undefeated.
You going Carolina?
I'm going to Carolina.
You go Carolina, I'm going Seattle. San Diego and Phillip Rivers at 2-3 travel all the way across the country to famous Lambeau Field to take on the undefeated Green Bay Packers. Green Bay is 10-point favorites. Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay. I know it kills you to pick Green Bay.
San Diego.
You're going San Diego.
Green Bay loses game.
I'm going mini golfing for free next week. Yippee!
Okay, we'll see.
Green Bay in a blowout.
We'll see.
Blowout. You got Baltimore at 1-4 on the road. Actually, I should say a Super Bowl rematch. The 1-4 Baltimore Ravens is on the road taking on the 1-4 San Francisco 49ers. Baltimore 2.5-point favorites. As you roll your eyes over there.
Joe Flacco.
I like Flacco and the Ravens. Sunday Night Football on NBC. The New England Patriots and their undefeated record travels to Indianapolis to take on Andrew Luck and the Colts.
Deflategate 2.0.
Then 3-2. New England 7.5-point favorites.
Deflategate 2.0.
New England. Even though T.Y. Hilton's going to have a big game. Hey, they predicted that, not
New
me.
England.
I got New England, but T.Y.'s going off. 200 yards, 10 touchdowns. No. I wish. I'd win my fantasy week. And then the Monday night game. The New York Giants at 3-2 travels down the road to take on Chip Kelly and his Philadelphia Eagles at 2-3. The Philadelphia Eagles are 4.5-point favorites.
Giants.
I just don't know if I can trust that Philadelphia team.
Nick Foles is your quarterback. How can you trust it?
Huh? Excuse me?
Nick Foles your quarterback?
Excuse me? Sam Bradford's the starting quarterback.
Wait, didn't you just say...
I said Nick Foles threw interceptions against Green Bay. Who did Green Bay play last week?
I thought you said the Rams.
No, I said the Eagles.
Oh.
Unbelievable, folks. This guy doesn't even know there was a trade that happened earlier this year.
No, I thought you said the Rams.
So the Rams have a bye week.
Okay, sorry.
That I know of, they do. Unless the Rams are now playing. You just making up a new game? Do I got to call Roger Goodell and tell him you have a new game planned?
Yeah.
Okay, who is the Rams going to face then? Us? You going to play us?
SMSU Mustangs.
Oh, gosh. This weekend's going to be bad. Look for that game to be even worse.
Okay, fair
So.
enough.
Who are you taking in that game then? Oh, you took in the Giants anyways, aren't you?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Because you thought they were playing the Rams.
I'm taking the Rams.
Still doesn't make a difference?
No.
Okay. Sounds good. I don't know. I'd take the Giants, I guess. I mean, Philadelphia, you just don't know what you're going to get out of them.
Anyway, you never know what you're going to get out of Sam Bradford.
Yeah. Even when he was in St. Louis, you had no idea what you're going to get. Well, that's our picks. I mean, we got a lot of different ones. I tell you. A lot of different picks this week compared to the boring, bland week of last week.
And a little interesting tidbit from that Royals game.
Yeah.
Johnny Cueto retired 19 straight batters at
Wow.
one point.
He actually decided to pitch in a postseason game.
He did.
Unbelievable. The guy has been a bust since he came to Kansas City.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has been. It's been bad. I mean, he's been bad. He hasn't been good. I think the Twins beat him. No, the Twins didn't play him. I don't think the Twins ever ended up facing him.
I don't think so.
What do you not like? Yeah. I don't have to hear you rub your eye against the microphone. It's just not professional, man. I know it's late and it's past your bedtime. You got a speech to do tomorrow. You do have a speech to do tomorrow. A speech that should have been done like 2 weeks ago.
Hey,
2 weeks ago, man. I did mine in like 2 weeks of the day.
you quit with that speech thing.
Hey, man, you got to do a speech tomorrow.
I know.
So what are you doing it on? What's your story?
Some kind of cowboy thing.
Oh, that's right. You said cowboy, but you can't comprehend
Cowboy
it, though.
Salvation.
You got to comprehend it, though. You don't know what it's about, though.
No, not really.
Is there a lot of multiple voices in it?
Nope, there's only one.
One voice? Is it a woman's voice?
No, not this time.
He picked the Sweet 16 girl party last time.
I wanted to do it, but I guess I got in trouble for it. So.
Well, yeah, you're not a woman.
So?
You can't talk in a woman. Well, I talked in a woman's voice in my thing, but that was, a horror story. So,
Oh.
but you would have to talk in a woman's voice for like 8 minutes.
My name is.
Okay, I'm turning you off right now. That is bad. Well, we got 40 seconds till we end this, and we'll be
40
back.
seconds?
We have 40 seconds till we end this
Why 40?
because it's 10 o'clock.
But I don't want to leave.
Well, you don't have to leave. You can sit here with the headsets on, but everything will be off.
What if I turn the lights on?
Well, you can turn the lights on.
Okay.
Anything to add in the last 20 seconds?
Go Vikes, go Gophers.
You'll be at the game again Sunday.
I will be.
I mean, more exciting than that. You're going to every game,
Every home game.
every home game.
I'm maybe driving out the Lambo. Maybe.
Who knows? But that'll wrap it up tonight. We'll see you again on Monday as we'll talk again our picks, how we did, and many other good old things in the sports land. Again, this has been Zach and Tyler with Sports Live. Have a good evening and a good weekend.